Hey everybody, I just finished my first Instagram live collaboration with this creator named Joe Sense. Shout out Joe if you're watching this right now. We were talking for about an hour about fragrances, about my fragrance journey and our favorites. And it got me thinking because I've been receiving a lot of DMs from followers that want to start their own YouTube pages, but they don't know where to start or they're a bit too shy and don't know what direction to go in. And I think the simplest advice I can give if you're looking for advice is literally to play to your own strengths. Don't worry about trying to be like everybody else where you're like, man, I don't know how to edit a thumbnail to make it look attractive. I don't know how to, I don't know how to work these lights in the cameras. Honestly, I have here like a $20 ring light and a front-facing iPhone camera. It's not even like the newest iPhone or whatever, so you don't need like all that technology before you get started. I think people kind of go into this rabbit hole of trying to buy all the expensive equipment and having that already, and then they post their YouTube video and it doesn't perform the way they want to, then they get let down. And they're like, man, I don't want to post again if only 4 people watch this, and it just takes a blow to their ego. So I feel like really you can draw inspiration from different people. If there's some reviewers that you kind of like the way that they describe things and you find it to be similar to the way you do things, you can totally draw inspiration from other people, but just like be in your comfort zone. Don't worry about trying to be as descriptive as this person and be as educational as this person or as funny as this person. You know what I mean? If you're somebody that does not want to be in front of the camera because you're shy, you can easily do voiceovers. If your strength is, you're really good with aesthetics, you can just have really nice pictures and do a voiceover of the fragrance that you're talking about, or small little snippets and videos, and just talk in the background, just anything of that sort. Because when I was starting, and if I can be totally honest with you all I saw on YouTube was just a bunch of reviewers with like the nicest, their channels were very nice with the thumbnails and a bunch of editing and all these things going into their videos where it was like a production, and I was kind of like, okay, this is how they're doing it on YouTube, but I did not try to conform to that. I was like, that's not really my style. I like that other people can gravitate to it as viewers. They're like, oh yes, I love watching this sort of content. But for me, the kind of content I put out is reminiscent of what I would have wanted to see when I was looking at fragrance videos, which is when I click on a channel of a video of a fragrance I like or a top 10 list, I want that person to get right into it. When I was watching stuff, I could care less about 2-minute intros of everybody, welcome back to this, I'm doing this, we're back here again, blah, blah, blah. And if you're new here, did it, all that sort of stuff, I wasn't about it. I wanted the answers as fast as possible, which is why I put out my content the way I do it, try to be as straightforward as possible and relate it to things that I relate to. For example, like personalities and things, because I remember when I would hear words and accords like labdanum, I didn't know what the fuck labdanum was, or I'm not even pronouncing it right. Just things like, oh yeah, this is a aromatic, blah, blah, blah. I did not understand what those meant, so it was very hard for me to find reviewers that I really grooved with, which is the reason why when I smelt my fragrances for the first time, I was like, you know what, let me make my own videos, because maybe there's somebody out there like me that doesn't understand all of the wordplay that's going on in the fragrance community. So I'm just going to try to break it down in the easiest, most digestible sort of way. So again, like I said in the beginning, I'm going to reiterate it, play to your strengths, okay? If your strength is talking in front of the camera and just doing that, that's fine. Don't worry about stumbling and stuttering and trying to make sure that you look like perfection. It's better to just get done than to be perfect. So just keep putting out content, have faith in yourself. I think consistency is honestly key. And the last thing I would want to give advice to is don't worry about the algorithm, because I know some people are like, hey, if you post too much, the YouTube algorithm doesn't catch on to this, blah, blah, blah. And to me, I don't give a fuck about the algorithm. It took me so many videos before a video that I put out started to catch. But even with that, I didn't delete all my previous videos. You know, I don't care about the views. I just care about like, okay, if somebody, even if one person were to watch this video and found it useful, I'm going to leave it up there. And also it's a way for me to document my own processes from years from now. When I look back on these videos, I'm like, shit, that's what I was doing. I remember that room. I remember that cabinet. So just have fun with it. Don't take yourself too seriously. Play to your strengths. Anyways, I hope that helped. I hope that was concise enough. Thank you so much for all the love and support for my channel. You guys have been such a blessing. I love this community that we're growing together, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye.